Let's talk about how we can find the distance between two numbers on a number line. So to do this, we notice in red here in our bullet point, we want to find the absolute value of the difference of the numbers. Okay, so when we say difference, we're going to subtract. And since we are doing absolute value, the order in which we subtract does not matter because we're going to be taking the absolute value of our answer anyway. Because when we find a distance, we know it should be positive, right? Or 0 if we're trying to find the distance between a number and itself. But we won't do that in this video. So our answer will be positive in this video. All right, so number one, we want to find the distance from -4 to 13. So I want to find the absolute value of the difference of the numbers. So how about -4 minus 13? So if we think about this, we have a subtraction problem. We could rewrite this as addition. So we could say absolute value of -4 plus -13. And now we can add those numbers together and keep the sign. So 4 plus 13 would be 17. So we have the absolute value of -17, and that would be 17. So the distance from -4 to 13 would be 17. And if we think about that, -4 to 0 would be 4, right? And then 0 to 13 would obviously be 13. So now we have 13 and we have 4. That's where the 17 comes from, okay? All right, number two, we have some decimals here. So what's the distance from -17.5 to -9.7? So we could do the same thing, -17.5 minus -9.7, absolute value. And once again, let's rewrite this as an addition problem. So plus positive 9.7. Well, now we are adding, but our signs are different, so we could subtract the absolute values of these numbers, like we've learned in previous videos. So 17.5 minus 9.7. And I'm going to write this vertically so we can do our subtraction. So we're going to borrow from the ones place. That would be an 8 there. And now this becomes 16. So 16 minus 9 would be 7. And our answer here would be 7.8. So the distance from -17.5 to -9.7 on the number line would be 7.8. All right. In our last example, we have fractions. So we're going to go from -3/4 to positive 4.5. So we can say -3/4 minus 4.5. We're finding the absolute value here. All right, now once again, let's write it as an addition problem. So -3/4 plus -4.5. All right, so now we are adding and we have both negative numbers. So we can add these two numbers together and just keep it negative, and then we'll find the absolute value. So let's do 4.5 plus 3/4. Well, if we think about 4.5, we could make this a little bit easier on us by writing this as a denominator of 4. So 1/2 would be like 2/4. So we could do 4 2/4 plus 3/4. And we know that would give us 4 5/4. Well, 5/4, that's another whole, right? 4 out of 4 would be another whole, and then we'd have 1/4 left. So 4 of these fourths can come over here to our 4, and we can add, and that would be 5, and we would have 1/4 remaining. And that would be our answer as far as what is the distance from -3/4 to 4.5. Okay, and that is how you can find distance on a number line.